Hey folks, this is Scott. We're going to take a look at section 11.3 today. 11.3 deals with some basic operations with polynomials. So we're going to talk about adding them, subtracting them, multiplying them, those different types of things. Let's see what, using the FOIL method and then dividing them out with all those things too. So as you take a look at this, the first thing is you have to kind of figure out what like terms are. And they've got the same number of variables or the same variables raised to the same power. That would be like terms. So if you had 2a cubed b squared plus 7a cubed b squared, you can combine them because they have the same denominators on them. So 2 and 7 is 9. Be 9a cubed b squared would be your answer there with something like that. So those things are pretty straightforward with some of those pieces too. But that's what you need to do, because really it's two separate entities there with all those pieces too. And remember, addition, what we do, or subtraction, all we do is add the opposite. So you should be all set with that one too. So if you do have any questions, please make sure you give me a holler with all that stuff too. So the other things you can take a look at too here in this one is multiplying when you're working with some of these things too. A couple of things. First of all, if you have something like 3x squared plus 2x plus let's see what would work on that one. 1 times 3 -3, let's say. Okay. But what we can do too is here. Okay, so as you're looking at what you'll need to do here, first of all, is multiply everything 3. So 3x squared plus 2x minus 3x plus 24. So and now what we can do from there is we can combine like terms once again. So we have 3x squared minus x plus 24. So that's what you can do there. But here the big thing is to multiply through all the time. That's what we did here. Multiply everything through with all that too. So talks about multiplying binomials in with all that too, and we would use the FOIL method. But before we do that, let's talk about how you would multiply some of these things together too. Let's say we've got we'll use our same numbers: 2a cubed b squared times 7a cubed b squared. Okay, so as you're gonna multiply this here, you want to take the 2, you want to multiply everything with the same. So the 2 times 7 is 14. A cubed times a cubed is a to the 6th, and b squared is b to the 4th. So you just kind of multiply everything that's the same there, and when you're multiplying, you're adding exponents with all that too. Now next thing that talks about here too is the FOIL method. Now I'm going to go ahead and go to a different page with that. Now as we talk about the FOIL method, FOIL, FOIL stands for first, outside, inside, and last. So if you have two binomials, let's say we've got 3x squared plus 2 times 8x squared minus 3. Okay? So to multiply these, you multiply the first ones. Okay, so we have 24x to the 4th. And then we multiply the first outside. So 3x squared plus 3x minus 9x squared. And then inside, so we take these two plus 2 we'll just go 16x squared, then 1 for the end there with all that. And we can combine these up too, so 24. Oops, that doesn't look like good for. 24 x to the fourth, and we've got plus 17x squared minus 6. So that's what you get when you multiply those pieces together. FOIL method, first, outside, inside, last, with all that too. So let's see here. Talk about the FOIL method, making sure everything works correctly with that. The other thing too that we'll talk about here too. Oh, excuse me. It is if you have a number squared or something like that. So if we had 3a plus 4 all squared, and so that would be 3a plus 4 times 3a plus 4. And so you get, yeah. So when you multiply this out, then you would get 9x squared. Excuse me, that's an a, plus 12a plus 12a plus 16. And so you end up with 9a squared plus 12a, 24a plus 16. So anyway, keep those pieces in mind as you go through that. The one other thing I want to show you here too is dividing. And so if you go to divide something out, it is a bit unique on how we do that. And the division look is on page 476 as we started up here. So as we're taking a look at here, when you go to divide something, if you have let's see here, got a couple examples there. I don't want to use those, but let's say we have x minus 5. We're going to see how many times that goes into x squared minus x minus 20. Okay, so the first thing you do is you look at the x. Okay, x squared, what do I need to do to get that x to x squared? So you just take it times x. So we have x times negative 5, which is a negative 5x, and then x times x squared with that. So we'll go ahead and we'll subtract those puppies out here. And as we go through this here, excuse me, we'll go ahead and how many times does x go in there? On negative 6 times. So negative 6 times x, negative 6x, and then plus 30. So as we do that, we have a remainder of 10. So that's kind of how that works. You just take your first term, see how much goes in your first term here, multiply everything through. Same thing is true with the second term and the first term there, and just kind of keep going on down that way with all that too. So a lot of good review exercises on page 478. In fact, in our section here on page 477, if you want to do some more problems here, you can start at the top and start with 1 and go through 134. So once again, as I say that, I don't expect you to do them all, but it gives you some different options with everything like that too. So I hope things are going well. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.